Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're in my brand new to me 2024 Mustang GT Premium with the automatic 10-speed, of course. And today I'm just gonna give you guys kind of a first impressions ownership review. So this is what the car looks like from the outside. It has the active exhaust, of course. It's got the bronze appearance package. So it's got bronze rims and bronze outlining on the badges all around. So this spec, the first owner did spec this with the 6-piston Brembo brakes. So they are massive and they work very well. They're very strong. Here, let me pop the hood for you guys. Pull the little latch right there. There's the latch. There's a 5-liter engine, Coyote Gen 4 motor. It's got a little bit of carbon fiber, fake looking wrap on the cover. It's got 2 intakes, of course. This thing is completely stock. So yeah. Let's take this thing for a drive. So, first thing I always do when I get in this car is I put this thing straight into sport mode, because normal is just too soft. The throttle response is not quite where I want it to be, and it just keeps you in too low of a RPM, or I guess too high of a gear. So I put it in sport mode to fix that, and also I hit this little Mustang button here and I put it into track exhaust mode. I feel like in this car anything less than track is a little too quiet for my liking, but that is no problem because we have track mode, we have the active exhaust. And I think I have seen videos with the base exhaust, and in my opinion it sounds terrible. I'm gonna be completely honest, it sounds not the greatest. So at least I have this. All right. I've been using the Fox body gauge. I'm pretty sure it's the Fox body gauge. It looks really cool. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I didn't grow up from that era. I'm only 17 years old, so I don't know it by heart, but I'm pretty sure that's the gauge I've selected. This gauge looks really cool. The lights, like the numbers turn green at night. I think that's really cool. And in the middle, I always like to have the oil, like all the temperatures up, so I know when this thing's warmed up. Clearly it's warmed up. All the temps are at like 200 right now, so that's great. And if you guys didn't know, you can find out pretty easily, almost all my other videos on the channel are about my last Mustang, which was my white 2022 Mustang GT. Similar, actually no, not similar spec. It was, this one has a 418 package, so it's got the memory seats and all that good stuff, heated steering wheel, all that. This has the Brembo brakes, my last one did not. But my last one was a 400A premium package. It had the active exhaust, and it was actually modded too. It had a modded exhaust, had the X-pipe resonator delete, and it sounded amazing. It's the only thing that I really think that car has over this stock exhaust, is just the sound. The sound in that Mustang is the only thing I really miss, and I'll definitely at some point in the future modify the exhaust, because it's not that it's too quiet, it doesn't sound good enough, but I'm spoiled from that last car. But the car doesn't sound bad at all. This car definitely has like a deeper tone to it compared to the S550s or the 2018s and up, which at first I didn't really like, but it's honestly starting to grow on me. And it actually sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I want to put the windows down. The audio might not like it and pick up a little too much wind noise, but hopefully you guys can hear it just fine. Oh yeah, you guys definitely can hear it. It sounds great. Just in 5th gear. Another thing that I noticed about this car compared to my old one is that for some reason it barely has any more torque. It's a little heavier than the last one, but in higher gears with less throttle, it just pulls so much harder. It's weird. I don't know if it's a outcome of my old one having an X-pipe, because I know that can potentially do something to the torque, maybe decrease it a little bit at the lower ranges of the RPMs, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll stop. Actually, that's good I didn't run the red light. I can show you guys one of my favorite features about this car. Look down at my feet, off the brake, car's not moving. I love it. I use this almost every single day. It actually did take a little while to get used to. Because, you know, when you're driving a car, you don't want to take your foot off the brakes. You're going to start moving forward, so you build a habit of keeping it on. And I think I've finally broken that habit with this car. Hopefully, I just don't forget when I'm driving another car. Because it's just such a luxurious feature. It feels really good. Sure, I'll put the windows down. Let you guys hear the engine a little bit. Wind noise shouldn't be too bad. Never mind. A little windy. I mean, that's 5th gear and it is pushing me into my seat. I mean, it's pulling a good like 0.3 G's at least, 0.3 maybe. Nah, I don't know about 0.4, but it is pulling me back into my seat. It's in 5th gear at like 2,300 RPMs, whatever that was. It feels really good. And when you put this thing in like 3rd gear, around like 40, 45 miles an hour, and you just floor it, it pulls harder than my last Mustang. I don't know. It's really cool. I love it. Another thing about my old Mustang, now I will say before I say this, is my old Mustang, the 2022, did have some weird transmission issues. And what I mean by that is like lower speeds, gears, like when you would shift from 1st to 2nd in manual mode, it was very harsh. Like it would really jerk you back in your seat when you shifted. And also when you're coming down to a stop, shifting from 2nd to 1st, it was clunky. And that was something I wanted to get looked at. And it was another reason why I wanted to get this car, just so I could not have to deal with that at all. So that's good. That's dealt with. But what I was gonna say is that downshifting from like 3rd to 2nd, it would just kind of like pulled you forward, like the engine broke a ton or something. I don't know, that's what it felt like. And I didn't like it. It wasn't fun to, like, when you're going 35 miles an hour, to just downshift into 2nd and just hear the throttle blip up and just hear that V8. You weren't able to do that. But in this car, I'll take it down to a slower speed like that. You can downshift it and you can hear the 2nd. Bam. It just sounds so much cooler. You can actually hear the downshift. And you can also downshift it into 1st, which is something I've never been able to do in my old Mustang. It would like jerk you forward way too much. You know, it just wasn't worth doing it. And another thing about this car is that it feels a lot more comfortable to rev it out. I don't know if it's because it's quieter or what, but my last car it felt uncomfortable just like letting it sit at like 4,000, whereas this car, it doesn't feel that uncomfortable. I don't know why that is, but this car loves to sit in a higher rev range just like casually, and I also think it's why my miles per gallon is terrible. We got a biker. You can still do a little pull. Terrible place to bike. I'm gonna take it easy. I don't know the car too well, so I'm not gonna take it super hard around these turns and stay on it for too long, but I'll give you guys a good idea of what it feels like. And these brakes work so well. It feels so comfortable to lay on the brakes. It feels very, very comfortable. It doesn't feel like I'm doing any harm to it. It feels like it's meant to brake like that. So I'll take it easy around this little street here. Last time I came around here, there was a dude doing yard work and he was yelling at me, so I can't go 110 miles an hour on this street anymore. People complain. When we get past here, we can do a little something. Let's put in 3rd. You know what? Let's do a 2nd gear. Why not? Boom. That. I'm short shifting a little bit. Oh, these brakes. Dude, if any of you guys watching this video plan on getting this 2024 Mustang, you guys have to get the Brembo brakes. Oh my god. I've driven, I test drove a red Mustang. It had a 2024 and it It was actually the exact same spec as my white one, just the 2024. Had the 400A package, it had the active exhaust, 10-speed auto, bass brakes, and those brakes did not feel anywhere near as good as these. They were totally good brakes. Now don't get it twisted, the brakes are fine, but these brakes are amazing. Another thing about this car is when you look at the dynos, this car actually does make more power than the S550 at a higher RPM, so it really does encourage you to rev it out a little bit longer. Like, it makes peak power at like 7,200, I'm pretty sure, which is pretty sweet. So I should actually probably be revving it out all the way to get peak performance. I'm gonna take it easy down this hill. I see that biker all the way down there. He's probably gonna be pissed if I take it a little too fast around him. In my old car with the X-Pipe, it used to do burbles. I think that might be an X-Pipe thing, but this car pops with a stock exhaust. My 2022 Mustang GT never popped like this. Like, you'll just be like driving, maybe you'll downshift or upshift even, it'll just be like a loud pop. And it does it pretty often too. I don't know if you guys heard it at all in this video, maybe at some point, but it does it and it's really cool. And this car handles so much better. This car is on 255s, my old one was on 235, so 255s aren't huge, but it's a big upgrade. And then oh my God, the brakes. These brakes are phenomenal, dude. What the heck? I love these brakes. This car does suffer from heat soak a little more than the last ones, and you do get it fixed a little bit with the performance pack. This does not have the performance pack. So yeah, you know what? Let's try a 0 to 60. I'm not gonna whip out the track apps. Actually, yes I will. Right here. Can I do it from a stop? Yes, I can. 0 to 60, automatic, start, press OK. What the heck? Start. Okay to start. Ready, set, go. Oh my God, that hooked so well. 4.26, what the heck? And that really did pull me into my seat. That is great. Let's stop session right there. That is amazing. Wow, I did not expect it to do that. All right, my GoPro's starting to run out of battery. I came out here with 48%, so I'm gonna take you guys in this little neighborhood, give you a little wrap up. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I will go a little more in depth in future videos. I'm running out of battery, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I love this car way more than my last one. It's got so many benefits. That 0 to 60 was insane. My GoPro actually cut out. Luckily, I caught that. It did, and I re-recorded it. I got that 0 to 60. That was great. My old car never got more than a 5.2. That's a whole second better than my last car. That's awesome. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.